Hey everyone, and welcome back. My little channel, it got a sponsorship. Yay, me, I suppose. Buy more gear. This channel kind of became a channel without me even realizing it. I was posting my guitar solo covers on YouTube, or I was posting them on Reddit actually, and YouTube was just somewhere for me to upload the videos. I really didn't know much about YouTube. And a few months later, I was showing one of my guitar solos to a guy that I work with, and he was like, "Hey, you've got 89 subscribers." And me being old and not very YouTube savvy, I just looked at him and I've got 89 what now? And he said, "You've got 89 subscribers, dude. People are following you on YouTube." Really? People are following me on YouTube? So this must be what it's like to have a YouTube channel, I guess. And, I didn't really set out to form a channel. It kind of just happened organically and kind of by accident, I suppose. And then it started to take off a little bit and over the following months. And I thought, okay, this is fun and I'm enjoying this. And let's roll with it, see where it goes. And, people get rich on YouTube, don't they? And I obviously didn't have such lofty expectations. I'm very rich now, but back then, no. But I didn't have such lofty expectations for my channel. But it did pique my curiosity. When exactly does one start making a bit of money from YouTube? So I looked it up. You can monetize your channel at like 1,000 subscribers, and you might start seeing a sponsor to at 10,000 subscribers or 1,000,000 views. And I just thought, woof. I've got a long way to go. So I kind of put it out of my head and really didn't give it much thought going forward. That stuff was way out of my league as far as I was concerned. Yet here we are. I've just cracked 5,000 subscribers. Thank you, guys. And the good people at DistroKid have reached out to me and my wee little channel and asked me if I would like to say a few words about their product. Sweet. So, what is their product? Well, I'm glad you asked. They're a music distribution company, one of the bigger and more popular music distribution companies on the block. They take your music, and in the future my music, that you create and distribute it to all the online streaming and downloadable music stores on the web. Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, TikTok, iTunes, Amazon Music, and all the other myriad of music stores on the internet that people use. It's into like the hundreds, all the big ones and all the little ones. So I thought, what do I know about music distribution? Turns out not a lot. I do guitar solo covers of other people's music on my channel. Not original compositions yet. Most of it is copyright claimed by the artists themselves. I don't make any money from those. I don't have a problem with that. What it is what it is. It's not my music to make money from. But I do have this behind me. You know what this is? This is a home music studio. A similar setup to what a hell of a lot of people have in their homes these days. Probably some of you guys. And with this, I can create music, and I have plans in the future to do just that. Most likely it'll be guitar instrumental type stuff, as I can't sing for beans. And when that day comes, I'll want to get my music out there for people to hear. And how will I get my music out there? Well, with services like DistroKid, of course. That's how music distribution works these days as far as home recording independent musicians go. Efficiently, broadly, and almost as important to a home studio musician, cheaply. But first, before I get into the nuts and bolts of pricing and services and all the options that DistroKid offer, a little history lesson on recording and the music industry, especially with regards to distribution of music. Once upon a time, let's say 30 or 40 years ago or less, this was not possible unless you had boatloads of money. Home recording studios were for professional musicians or people with a lot of money. Times and technology has obviously changed. Say you had a band in, I don't know, 1986. You're creating fantastic original music and you want to get it recorded and out there for the world to hear. Here are your options in 1986. You pound the pavement, gigging week after week, day after day, month after month, year after year. Get some word of mouth happening, accrue a following, make a name for yourself in your little town or your city, your state or your province, and hope against hope that somebody from a record company catches wind of your tremendous band and decides to come check you out. If, and only if that happens, does the ball start rolling towards potential success and getting your music to the masses. Then again, that one guy that came to see your band may not like what you're selling and you're back to square one, right back to where you started. If you didn't get signed to a record label who may or may not completely rip you off as far as music rights and royalties go, and sadly this happened far too often, your band was basically going nowhere fast. Now, you could always go independent, save thousands and thousands of dollars. You show me a struggling musician back in 1987 who had thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'll show you 10,000 broke musicians who didn't have a penny to their name. You take those thousands and thousands of dollars and you rent a studio and you record an album yourself. Then you get it pressed onto vinyl or CD and voila, you have an album of your greatest creations in your hand. Now, what the hell do you do with it? There's no way to distribute it or promote it to the world the way a record company could. So you take your little album, you bring it to the local record shops and you ask them to carry it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. You do this to all the record shops in your town or your city. But what about the city next door that's 100 miles away and the one beyond that one? And all the little towns in between. What about the rest of your state? What about the rest of the world? You've got a product at this point with basically no way to distribute it. You could use online. Well, no, there was no online in 1986. And that's if you have. That's if you have a band gigging clubs with a local following and whatnot. But what if you're a solo singer-songwriter type of performer? Then it was even more difficult. Not a lot of clubs, booked the solo singer-songwriter types. One needed to be exceptionally talented in that field to get noticed. It wasn't easy to find success, fame, or any kind of worldwide notice as a musician back in the 70s or 80s or even the 90s. Only a few had success. I was one of those who failed at it, and it hurt a lot. It's the reason I gave up guitar at age 28 for 25 years. Frustration at the years of hard work and nothing to show for it. Yet here we are now. It's almost 2020. I've got a home studio sitting right behind me that I put together, minus my guitars, of course, for about $1,000. With what I have here, I could compose an entire symphony if I wanted to. Or hip-hop beats, or dance music, or thrash metal, whatever. Do you know what this is? While it may look like a little cheap portable kid's keyboard, it's actually a MIDI controller. This is a keyboard, it's a piano, it's a synthesizer, it's a drum machine, it's a bass, it's a violin, it's a French horn, it's a cello, it's a bassoon. If you know how to use it, coupled with the software and the plugins one needs to operate it, it's just an amazing tool. I'm still learning, but it's a hell of a lot of fun to tinker around with. Regardless, what I'm saying is, while I won't be composing a symphony anytime soon, I will be creating music of my own in the future with my home studio, and for about $1,000. You could too. Maybe you already are. And now, with services like DistroKid, you can get your music to the masses and cheaply. It's $20 a year, and that's it. They take zero royalties, and all you have to rely on is bringing some talent. It's a different world completely in the music industry these days, obviously. You can be an independent artist and reach millions, whereas that was just not possible 20, 30, 40 years ago. Sure, there are still record labels out there, but they've lost a hell of a lot of their power over the industry in the past 10 to 15 years. With the right distribution, an independent artist can achieve success and make money doing it without the headaches, the control, and the possible screwing over that a major record label brings with it. All you have to do is supply the talent and produce something that people all over the world want to hear. That's the easy part, right? Now this is where DistroKid comes in. You've recorded your album at home of your single or your hip hop beats or your guitar instrumentals or your solo ballads or your piano compositions or your thrash metal, whatever. You're proud of it. You want to get it into the stores, maybe make a little bit of money, maybe make a lot of money. Maybe just the satisfaction of gathering a following of like-minded musical individuals, being part of a musical community. But your music is out there for anyone who wants to hear it and hopefully purchase it or stream it. DistroKid is the portal to get you there for $19.99 per year, minus 7% for your first year if you sign up with the link down below in the description. They will get your music into all the major music stores and the not so major music stores on the web. I think it's in, like I said, I think it's in the area of like 200 if I'm correct. They have a 3-tier membership. Have a look right here. The first tier is basically for the solo musician or band. This is where most of us would fall under, and that's the one that's priced at $19.99. Tier 2 is a bit more expensive per year, but offers a few extra options and analysis of your uploads and your tracks. Those are listed at sign up, so you can check if those options are right for you. And the third tier is basically if you have your own independent label with multiple artists that you're promoting and bands that you control. This one's a bit more expensive still, but it's a bit more niche and specialized. For the home recording artist, tier 1 is generally the right way to go. But it's nice to have options for growth, I suppose. Now, I'm not going to bring up DistroKid on my computer and baby step you and walk you through the sign up and process of getting started. It's all pretty self-explanatory stuff. You sign up, you pay your $19.99, you sign up, you give yourself a name, an artist name, upload your tracks, give your tracks names, answer a few questions about the genre, what stores you'd like to release it in. All of them, I suppose. If it's been released before on any other platforms, revenue sharing, if you like, if you've collaborated with another artist on it, so on and so forth. You can read the instructions. They're not complicated. You don't need me to walk you through it. And that's it, basically. Your music is now worldwide, for less than $20 a year. Unlimited uploads. You can upload all you want. And like I said, DistroKid takes zero royalties. The streaming services like Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, they'll take their cut of sales, of course. But DistroKid will only take the $19.99 per year fee. That's their part of the deal to get your music out there to the world at large. So in conclusion, I suppose, I've personally already signed up because, like I said, I've got my original music in my future. And this looks like the way to go as far as music distribution goes for me. I'll be using them in the future, and any of you out there with home studios like myself who are already sitting on original compositions and wondering just how do I get my music out there, well, this is it. This is how, by using a company like DistroKid. $19.99 per year, unlimited uploads, royalty free. Sounds good to me. Like I said, you click the link below. On your first year, you'll get 7% off your first year on sign up. And that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Thanks for watching. Now go create some music and upload it to DistroKid.